Hi guys, welcome back to Style by Tora channel. So today I bring to you another exciting tutorial is how to cut and sew a long fitted gown with an illusion neckline. If it's your first time on this channel, you're highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell so that whenever I upload new video, you will be notified. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always coming to watch my videos. I really appreciate that. So these are the materials I'll be working with. I have here a sequence fabric, as you can see, soft nets, cotton lining, sequence fringe, my silver zipper. The gown is going to have a joining at the waist, and for the upper part of the front, I'll be working with this shoulder princess dart pattern. If you want to learn how to draw this pattern, there's a link at the description box. So for the back, I will be working with this basic bodice block for center back. So for the center front, I'm going to alter the pattern, but before I do that, I have to close up this shoulder uh, darts and transfer to the waist. So using my tape, my solo tape, I'll close up the the darts, the shoulder darts. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is to start marking. This is my chest line. This is my bust point line, my under bust line, and my waist line. I hope you can see it clearly. Okay, the chest line is where I have my round my round bust measurement. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to place my tape on my bust point line. This is it, and I will go up by 3 inches, and I will mark. I'm going to do the marking around the armhole. Okay, so this is it. This is my point. So coming to the nipple to nipple line, I'm going to go up by 4 inches, and I'll mark. I hope you are seeing it. So what I'm going to do is using my French curve, I'm going to connect this point I have around my armhole. So these points are the nipple to nipple line. That is where the dart is. I'm going to connect this way. I hope you can see. And I will connect back to this my chest line here. So I'm going to cut off this part, and this is going to serve as our yoke. Okay. So this is it. For this sweetheart cuts, if you can go down at this center front, you can still go down by maybe 1 inch or half inch, depending on how deep you want your center, your neckline to be. Okay. So, but I'm going to stop my the chest line this way. So this is it. This is going to serve as my yoke. I'll still alter the shoulder and maybe the neck because the neck is a bit high. So I'm going to open up this one. So this is it. So I'll use this and cut. I'll use this one to cut my soft net, and for the this one I'm going to use the sequence fabric to cut this. So we'll go over to the back. For the upper part of the back, I told you I'm going to be using my basic bodice block for my upper back. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to work with this waist that you're seeing. I'm not going to create any shoulder that line. I'm not going to do it. But if you want, just get your midpoint, connect back to this dart, and that is then you open up and cut off this your dart. That is it. But me, I'm going to work with the waist dart and alter the neck. Maybe I'll go down by 6 inches, and for the shoulder width, I'll work with 4 inches. So when I'm done cutting that, I will show you. But first, we have to cut the down part of the gown. Okay, the length of the down part of the gown is 44.5 inches, including the hemming allowance and also the half inch to join to the upper part. Okay, and for my waist, this is it. This is the length from here to the hemline. So for my waist, the waist I'll be working with is waist 38. Sorry, waist 39. So 39 divided by 4 will give us 9 3/4. 9 3/4 plus, this is 9 3/4. Then 1.5 seam allowance. And this is a 1.5 seam allowance. I hope you are seeing it. The waist I'm working with is 39 inches divided by 4 will give me 9 3/4. And this is the 9 3/4 and 1.5 seam allowance. This is it. Okay. So my hip depth is 9 inches plus the 0.5 allowance for joining to the upper parts. So this is 9 inches here. The round hip is 48 inches divided by 4 will give me 12 inches plus 1.5 seam allowance will give me 13 and a half. I'm going to mark 13, leaving half. That half, I'm going to take it to the center back, and I will explain when drafting the center back. Okay, so what I'm going to mark here is 13 inches, not 13 and a half. Okay, so my knee length is 17 and a half inches, and this is 17 and a half inches. For the round knee, I'm going to minus 2 inches from the hip, and whatever I have, that's what I'm going to mark as my round knee. So we have our initial measurement is 13 and a half. Remember, when we might remove half to the, we're going to use it at the back. So what we are supposed to have when you minus 2 inches is 11 and a half. So I'm going to be marking 11 and a half as my round knee. I hope you understand. So this is 11 and a half here. I also mark the 11 and a half to the down part of the hemline. So this is 11 and a half. Also mark 11 and a half here so I can get a straight line. Okay. So what I'm going to do is to connect this point. So this is my waist measurement. I'll connect to the hip and to the knee. Okay. Let me use my hip cuff. So this is it. are seeing the markings. Okay. So I'll go ahead and cut out, and I'll use this center front to cut the center back. So while cutting the center back, I'll explain why I removed this 0.5 from the hip, okay? Okay, I'm going ahead to cut out my center front, and this is it. I place on my center back, and I also mark a 1 inch zipper allowance from my waist down to the length of the gown. So to explain that 0.5 I remove around the waist, around the hip while drafting the center front, looking at our back, we have buttocks at the back. Even if your buttocks is not that big or curvy, even if it's flat, our back is not totally flat. It's not totally flat and straight. So for that reason, we won't be leaving our back this way. We have to create space for the buttocks, okay? So that 0.5 I removed while drafting the center front will affect both the sides, this side, this one, and that 0.5 will amount to 1 inch for the center front now, okay? I hope you understand. The 0.5 I remove around the hip is going to affect this side, the four sides now. So we have 0.5 here, 0.5 here, will give us 1 inch. So at my center back, the hip line, I'm going to come out by 1 inch. I'm going to place my tape on that zipper line, okay? And I'll come out by 1 inch and mark. And this is it. This is my 1 inch mark. So from my waist, I'm going to connect to that 1 inch I mark now, and I will connect back to the knee measure, the hip knee height. Okay. So using my ruler, if you're not that curvy, if you don't have big buttocks, please use ruler so that it won't be that curvy, and it will have a maybe space, or it will be looking like it will be gaping around that your buttocks. Please use ruler. If you are curvy, you can use your French, can use your hip curve, okay? So I'm going to place my hip curve this way, and I'll connect. Okay, this is it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this way and follow the zipper line and cut to the length of the gown, okay? And I'll cut this part. Now, for the waist, I didn't add any waist dart at the front while drafting the center front. It's optional. If you like, you can go ahead and add a dart allowance there. And for the back, I won't also add any dart allowance. It's optional. If you like to put that, you can go ahead and add that to yours. Okay, so I'm going to cut out, and we'll also cut the upper part of the gown, and I'll come back and show you. Okay, I've cut out the center back. This is it. And I've also used this to cut the lining. The lining is 3 inches shorter than the main fabric. I've cut out the upper part, as you can see. The neck depth is 6 inches. I don't want to go lower than 6 inches because my client wants something moderate. Okay, so for the center upper part, that is the front. This is it. And this is this one. I added a 0.5 seam allowance around here so I can join the two pieces together. So remember to do that. So for my yoke, this is my yoke. I cut two pieces of this. One is going to serve as the lining. Okay. So I also cut out my sleeve using the soft net, sorry, using the soft net. So this is the two piece. So what I'm going to do next is to go and start joining. I won't be ironing any interfacing on this fabric. Is very very heavy, very thick. So I won't be ironing any interfacing. My client doesn't want that. She doesn't want her fabric or gown looking very very heavy. Okay. So I won't be doing that. But if you're working with a very soft or not too firm fabric, I will advise that you iron your interfacing, and as well you can pad it as well. Okay, so that is that. I'll go now and start joining. When I will join this parts, these pieces together, join the lining, and I'll come back and show you how to fix your yoke. Okay, but not minding that I've already uploaded a video on how to join your, or how to sew your sweetheart yoke. I have a video there. I have a video on my channel, but I will still drop the link at the description box. So what I will now and start and sew, then I'll come back and show you what to do next. Okay, I'm done sewing my gown. I want to apologize for not showing the parts where I sew the neckline, the part where I join my neckline. I mistakenly delete that part, but there's a video already on my channel on how to sew a sweetheart neckline. I'm going to leave a link at the description box. Please go ahead and watch the video so you can understand how to do this perfectly well. Okay, so I also cover the armhole seam using the fringe, as you can see. So this is the fringe. I fix my sleeve before covering. Okay, so I cover the rough, that's the round armhole seam using the fringe. So this is it. Hope you can see, and this is the front. Hope you can see it. So this is it. I also fix my zip. Hope you can see my zip. That's my zip, and that is the back dart. Okay, uh, this is my slits. That's for the back. Okay, so if you don't want to uh, sew your fringe this way, if you want exactly what you're seeing on the thumbnail, what you're going to do is from this your shoulder joining, come down by 3 inches or 4 inches, and at the back as well, from the shoulder joining, come down by 3 inches or 4 inches. Now if you're using 3 inches, it has to be 3 inches at the back and 3 inches at the front. If you're using 4 inches, it has to be 4 inches at the back and 4 inches at the front. Okay, so at that point of 3 inches or 4 inches, you're going to be cutting this your fringe 1 1. Okay, you're going to place one end, and that's your point of 3 inches or 4 inches. Okay, and the other end you're going to tack it again at the back of where you mark your 3 inches or 4 inches. I hope you understand. So for the next loop, you're going to be leaving a gap of 0.5 inch. You're going to place your fringe again on that mark point and tack. Do the same at the back. That is how you'll be forming your drape until you get your desired look. Okay, so that is that. But this very fringe I'm working with is a very short one. You can only work when you're working with a longer one. So for this shorter one, what you're going to do is just to join, get a two like this, use your needle and thread and tack, so you can have a longer fringe. Okay, so that is that. Anyone can do this. It's a very simple thing to do. So go ahead and give it a try. Okay, if you like this video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any comment, go ahead and drop your comment. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, see you in my next video. Bye.